ASHRAE Practice Test 2026 American Society Heating Refrigeration Air Conditioning Engineers Exam. Question 1. Which law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed? First law. Second law. Third law. Zeroth law. The first law is the law of conservation of energy. Question 2. Heat that causes a change in temperature without a change in state is called latent heat, sensible heat, specific heat, radiant heat. Sensible heat relates to temperature changes. Question 3. In a refrigeration cycle, where does the refrigerant reject heat to the outside environment? Evaporator, compressor, condenser, expansion valve. The condenser releases heat from the refrigerant. Question 4. What is the primary function of a compressor in an HVAC system? To cool the air. To increase refrigerant pressure. To filter the air. To mix air and water. The compressor raises the pressure and temperature of the refrigerant vapor. Question 5. What does a psychrometric chart show? Electrical properties of circuits. Properties of moist air. Strength of materials. Flow rates in pipes. Psychrometrics is the study of moist air properties. Question 6. The second law of thermodynamics states that heat naturally flows from cold to hot, hot to cold, high pressure to low pressure to high pressure. Heat flows from a higher temperature to a lower temperature. Question 7. Which component of the refrigeration cycle turns liquid refrigerant into a low-pressure mixture of liquid and vapor? Condenser, compressor, expansion device, evaporator. The expansion valve/device reduces pressure, causing flashing. Question 8. What is the SEER rating, a measurement of sound efficiency, seasonal energy efficiency ratio, standard engine energy rating, system electrical exit rate? SEER measures cooling efficiency over a season. Question 9. Which ASHRAE standard covers ventilation for acceptable indoor air quality? Standard 55, Standard 62.1, Standard 90.1, Standard 15. Standard 62.1 is for commercial ventilation. Question 10. A duct silencer is most effective when placed in the middle of a long run, at the very end of the duct, as close to the fan as possible, inside the evaporator. Silencers should be near the noise source, the fan. Question 11. The term delta T in HVAC refers to total temperature, difference in temperature, design temperature, time delay. Delta T is the temperature difference across a component. Question 12. Latent heat of vaporization for water is approximately how many BTUs per pound? 144 970. 1200 212. It takes about 970 BTUs to evaporate 1 pound of water at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 13. Which type of compressor uses 2 interlocking spiral rotors? Reciprocating, scroll, centrifugal, rotary. Scroll compressors use 2 spirals. Question 14. What is enthalpy? The study of insects. Total heat content of a substance. The measure of humidity. A type of refrigerant. Enthalpy is the sum of internal energy and flow work, total heat. Question 15. ASHRAE Standard 90.1 focus on safety, energy efficiency, refrigerant management, indoor air quality. Standard 90.1 is the energy standard for buildings except low-rise residential buildings. Question 16. What occurs in the evaporator of an AC system? Refrigerant releases heat. Refrigerant absorbs heat. Refrigerant is compressed. Air is humidified. The evaporator absorbs heat from the indoor air. Question 17. Dry bulb temperature measures air temperature with a standard thermometer, moisture content, total heat, airspeed. Dry bulb is the ambient air temperature. Question 18. What is relative humidity? The amount of water vapor in air compared to capacity at that temperature. The weight of water per lb of air. The temperature of the air. The speed of airflow. It's a percentage of saturation. Question 19. A ton of refrigeration is equivalent to how many BTUs per hour? 12,000, 24,000. 36,100 and 44,000. 1 ton equals 12,000 BTU/HR. Question 20. Which refrigerant has a global warming potential, GWP, of 1? R22. R410A. R134A. CO2. CO2 is the baseline for GWP with a value of 1.